What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Gotians Games, and today's topic, story, whatever you want to call it, it's something that is an ongoing issue, and it's an ongoing issue because as we enter, or I mean, we're already in the digital age, but as we enter the sort of digital only streaming only age that is coming for games, it brings us into a bit of an issue that I honestly I don't want to happen. And as much as I don't want it to happen, I'm a realist and I know that it's going to happen. And what am I referring to? Well, I'm referring to the fact that more and more game companies are trying to push a digital only type of download system for video games. And one of the biggest culprits for it, as much as I love the console, as much as I love the system and the company, usually Nintendo Switch, a lot of the games are download only or digital purchase only. And I'm not saying that all of them are that way. There's obviously a lot of physical games as well, but there's a lot of games that are just digital only. Case in point, Sword Art Online Hollow Realization in the US got a digital only port for the Nintendo Switch, where in other countries they actually got physical release copies for it. You know, it's coming to that point where with the new Xbox, digital only Xbox, I forgot what it's called, but with that, also with the Google Stadia that's they're trying to push out, we're coming into an age that is only going to be digital download. And I, as a collector, as someone who loves to have physical copies, as you can see throughout the room, I love my physical copies of games. I love the collector's editions for them. I'm that gamer because I grew up in a physical age where I go and I purchase my games, and if I wanted to let a friend borrow a game, I could let a friend borrow a game, and if they liked it, so if they liked playing the game, they would then go and buy it themselves. That was a good way for us to share things that we enjoyed and to basically spread it out to other gamers who might potentially enjoy them as well. I remember being introduced to Final Fantasy from my cousin, not Ronnie from News to Astonish, but actually his stepbrother. He introduced me to Final Fantasy with Final Fantasy 6 and Final Fantasy 7. And because he introduced me to it, I then went and bought Final Fantasy 7 and 8. And then I quickly fell in love with the Final Fantasy series and have been buying them ever since, regardless if I like the games or not. So, with that being said, going into digital, we don't really have that anymore. It's not like I can let a friend of mine or a relative borrow a digital game. That's not how it works. So I can't be like, oh, you should really play this game, and they're like, oh, well, let me borrow it. And I'm like, I can't. It's digital. It's only on my Switch. And they're like, well, then I guess I'm not gonna be able to play it. I'm not gonna buy it because there's no playable demos or whatever. So, anyways, that I wanted to put that out there because that is the main topic of today's discussion or today's news topics, and it's being brought into light a little bit more because of this story that you see right here. So let's actually get into the article and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. Minecraft Story Mode won't be available to download after June 25th, even for owners. So this is coming to us from One Angry Gamer. I'll go ahead and put a link to this story if you guys want to check it out for yourself. If you purchase Minecraft Story Modes episodes for both Season 1 or Season 2, you might want to download and store the games right now because after June 25th, there won't be any legal ways available for you to purchase or download either season of Minecraft Story Mode. According to Game Informer, the news about the inability to re-download the game, even for people who own the game, came straight from Mojang. In fact, there's a short post on the official Minecraft website from Mojang, which states, on behalf of the publisher, Minecraft Story Mode, a Telltale game series, Season 1 and Season 2, will no longer be supported on June 25th, 2019. If you have purchased these seasons, please download all remaining episodes prior to the service being discontinued in June. So if you own either season of Minecraft Story Mode or on Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, Wii U, Switch, 360, Xbox One, Android, or iOS, you have until June 25th, 2019 to download all the episodes. We'd recommend checking you have all the episodes downloaded. This comes after Telltale Games dissolved after years of financial mismanagement and massive decline in sales. Skybound Entertainment stepped in to help publish the final episodes of the last season of Telltale's Walking Dead series, but the developer's other titles didn't have an angle publisher to step in and help them out, including Minecraft Story Mode. This is also yet another reason why the all-digital future is one of the worst things to happen to gaming. It means that legally being able to get your hands on a game, whether it be new or old, becomes obsolete when the intellectual property rights are tossed in the air and a company becomes insolvent. In this case, if you don't already own Minecraft Story Mode but would like to, then you will need to purchase a copy and download all the episodes right away. You can then back the episodes up on a disk or spare hard drive using Steam's option to make copies of games. Simply head to your Steam library, right-click the game, and click on the option near the bottom to make a backup copy of the software. Select where you would like to store a copy of the game, and this way you will always have a spare on hand. If you purchase Minecraft Story Mode digitally on home consoles, then you're basically fresh out of luck, unless you have it installed on an external hard drive. Funnily enough, this is one of the issues that pirates don't have to worry about in an all-digital future, as they not only won't have to worry about paying for games, they also won't have to worry about those games ever being taken out of their makeshift digital libraries. It's almost funny to a saddening degree that the only people who get punished the most in the all-digital future are paying customers. So, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Because it's a big issue. It's a very big issue. And in all honesty, in all 100% honesty, I don't look forward to an all digital future for video games. I'm dreading it. Like I said, because I grew up in a physical age and I love having physical copies of my games. Even though they take up a bunch of space, I don't care, because I physically have the game. I physically own the game, and nobody can take those games away from me. So, that's the biggest issue that we have now. For me, it worries me a little bit, because even though Skybound Entertainment stepped in for Walking Dead Telltale series, does that mean we're gonna lose that as well? I'm gonna have to do some digging and find out. And see if maybe I can find somewhere, from somebody, to see if maybe that won't happen. But this is the problem that we come into, because it's happened before with other games. This isn't the first time that it's happened. If you guys own Scott Pilgrim's versus the World on your PS3, like myself, then consider yourself one of the lucky ones, because it is no longer available for purchase, and that is a great beat 'em up game. If you guys own the PT demo on your PS4, consider yourself one of the lucky ones, because that was taken down by Konami. And again, this is something that will continue to happen. Games will come and go, and if it's a game that you enjoy and it's digital, and for some weird reason you lose your data on your console, or the data gets corrupted, or what may have you, it comes to a point where you're out of luck, because if there's no physical copy for that game, you lost the game if they decide to take it down. This is not a good thing. An all digital future is not something really to look forward to when it comes to gaming, because the minute that a company decides that it doesn't want to support the game, or the minute that they decide that it's no longer profitable for them to keep it on their servers, they will Thanos snap it out of existence. If you guys, honestly, this is a really, really hard thing to fight against. The only way I could see any sort of, the only way I could see any sort of response from the consumers would be to buy physical copies and not buy your digital copies. This is the other thing too, is that buying physical copies keeps stores like GameStop in business, which is hard to like. It's hard to say good things about GameStop, but the one good thing about GameStop is that they're around. Okay, that is the one good thing about them, because I can walk into a GameStop and I feel welcome by the employees who work there, because most of the time the employees actually care about video games. And you know, it's a welcome place to come in. You have conversations with people about video games. You get to just like buy physical copies of games and stuff like that. And you know, the digital age is killing GameStop. It's GameStop's gonna disappear, honestly, in about 5 years, if probably maybe even less, if the digital trend continues in the way that it is. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I'll leave that to you guys from there. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, subscribing if you guys are new, and let me know what you guys think about an all digital future, and if this is something that bothers you or you really don't care. I, for one, do care. I, for one, am bothered by that. I don't want it to happen, but it's not something that I, as an individual, can stop. The best thing I can do is just continue to buy physical copies of games. With that, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.